today to celebrate a special celebration of coffee. So, first and foremost, I would like to formally introduce myself, especially to our new manager, hi Rome. I'm Che, and I am a 1 year and 1 month old Starbucks partner. And today, I'm going to share to you first one of my favorite Starbucks coffee, not just because of its flavor notes, but because of its background and the people behind it. So now we have our one of our core coffee, which is from the dark roast spectrum and from the Asian region. I introduce to you Sumatra. So as you can see on the packaging, we have a Sumatran tiger, which as it is symbolizes the boldness of the coffee itself, and at the same time, it was said to be the protector of the coffee cherry in the history. So now, we are going to proceed to our very main reason why we are having this coffee activity for today. So, I have mentioned earlier that it is a special celebration. Indeed, it is for me because I am going to execute today for the very first time the brewing method, which we are not so usual of. So I would like to introduce to you the pour over. So first, we need I would like to discuss the essentials of the pour over. So first, we have to have the ceramic cone, the server, the paper filter. Number 4, we have the gooseneck kettle, the receptacle, and the coffee is inside. And earlier we used the weighing scale for the proper dosage of the coffee. So now, what I love about this brewing method is that it is a simple and a very accessible way of brewing a single cup of coffee with a clean and a very fully developed flavor and body. So first, we are going to preheat the ceramic cone and wet the paper filter. But before that, we need to ensure that the paper filter is properly folded on the side. On the side and at the bottom of the seam for the paper filter to be prevented in collapsing. So now we are going to preheat the ceramic cone and wet the paper filter, as it is the first step of the pour over. So I am going to slowly pour the water, ensuring that it is all wet. It's because it prevents the paper filter for collapsing, and it simply it prevents the paper filter from collapsing, and it removes the taste of the paper filter. So now we're going to proceed to the next, which is grinding and getting the correct dosage or proportion of the coffee. So earlier, I have already grinded the coffee using the Starbucks scooper, which is 30 grams, and the weighing scale. But before grinding the coffee, I ensure that our grinder has is clean and has no residuals of coffee to avoid mixing of flavors. So now we have here our fresh coffee inside the receptacle, and I will just smell it first to get its aroma. So when you are doing a coffee tasting with your customer, with this method, you can also offer the customer to smell the coffee, so it elevates their Starbucks experience. So now I'm going to pour the coffee inside the So I'm going to tap a bit, ensuring that there is no residuals left, and I'm going to take the cone, ensuring that the grounds are equally distributed. All right. Sorry. So now we're up for our next procedure, which is to brew. Now, so I'm going to pour the hot water, the remaining the 410 water, which is required for this proportion. But before I do that, let me just release the preheated water first.
You're having one. Size na po, 15 pesos na yung difference. 20 ounces
Okay.
na siya. 20 latte. For the coffee,
So now I'm going to pour the small amount first of the 410 hot water in the cone.
410.
Yes. Just ensuring that all the grounds are wet.
For dining tayo na.
Okay. So, and then pause for 5 minutes, for 5 seconds, I'm sorry. So, reasons why, this is to allow the grounds to saturate and for the coffee to be prepared for brewing. So now we're going to pour the remaining water in a slow and circular motion with a consistent and moderate drip of water.
Hindi pataas naman. Okay.
Okay. So while letting the coffee brew, I would like to share first the reason why I love this coffee, which is particularly the Sumatra. So I'd like to share a bit history about the Sumatra. So actually, the coffee from Sumatra is not originated in their country. Actually, it was brought by the by the Dutch colonialists, and then was actually improved by the Indonesians. So, and then now they are now one of the top producers of coffee in the world. And then one thing that amazes me so much about this coffee is that the people behind the coffee, 80% of the Sumatran coffee are women. From the picking to up to the pulping, they are the ones designated by the task. This is because they are known to be very good in taking care of the beans. So I just love the point that they are not discriminating the capabilities of women. So now we're almost done with our brewing, as it is in its last drops. Okay.
Wala pa. Wala pa. May lani mo siya guban na sakay. Wala na siya water. Na pa siya water.
Sige. Part, which is the coffee tasting activity. So first, we need to smell the coffee. the first step in smelling the coffee is to cover the rim so that the aroma of the coffee will entirely flow into your nostrils. Okay, so as expected, I can smell a earthy and herbally aroma, and we are expecting that it has the same taste as its aroma. So now we are going to slurp with a sip with a long sipping sound, enable for the coffee to spray inside your palate. And then we can locate and describe in which part of your tongue are the flavor notes you are intended to locate.
Meron tayo dyan mixture. Slice of steak.
Okay. So as expected, I can even taste a bit of cinnamon in it, but there is no right and wrong answer in coffee tasting, since we have different perspectives in our. And then the next part is to compare our coffee if it really complements with our food pair for today. So we have today the ratatouille, which consists of cheese, spices. It also has a oregano and different kinds of mushrooms. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to do the food pairing. So let's see if the ratatouille itself complements with the Sumatran coffee. So first we're going to slurp, bite, and slurp. Okay.
Wait na lang tayo sa may ice mark ko. Salamat. Thank you.
So I can say, indeed, they both complement to each other. This is because they have the same flavors at the same time. Actually, Sumatra also best paired with cinnamon and cheese. Since our ratatouille has spices and our Sumatra also has a earthy and herbally flavor, I can say that they both complement each other. So, to end our coffee tasting for today, I would like to share a bit of inspiring quotes or just a phrase for today. Just like this coffee, and just like our brewing method for today, we all have our processes in life, and just to remember that all processes in life, it just simply leads you to the best part of yourself. Just like this coffee, it is roasted, it is naturally picked, just like us. It undergone processes in life, and so we are. So believe that you are up, whatever you are going through right now. Believe that you are it's only for your best self. So thank you so much, partners.